Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Romani. I'm 25 years old right now, and I feel like I've lived a lot of life in the past 25 years. Anytime somebody meets me, they can never believe that I'm only 25. I always get the, you're so mature, how did you do all of this at the age of 25, talking about my businesses and content creation and things like that. Even my friends are always like, we cannot believe that you are the youngest and you are 25 years old. Like, we can't believe it. Now, while I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing, because I'm definitely not trying to give grandma energy, I don't know if it's good or bad. I will say that most people say these things just because of the way that I carry myself and the way that I operate in the world. Since I was about 18 years old, I've been doing extensive self-work. That's when I found out about self-improvement, and I started reading the books and listening to the videos and listening to the podcast, and I really started diving deep into my self-improvement journey. And I think that it's changed me as a person so much so that people cannot believe that I'm only 25. So even though we're not trying to grow up super fast, I do feel like the habits that I'm going to share with you can help you at any stage in life, whether you are my age, you're younger than me, you're older than me. These habits are transformational. They've honestly changed everything about the way that I look at things and the way that I just move in the world. So let's get into it. The first habit is discipline. I am such a disciplined person in every aspect of my life. I do not allow anybody or anything to get in between me and my goals. And that is how I accomplish so much. If you've been subscribed to my channel, then you know that I'm a business owner. I have a personal training business. I have a yoga business. You know that I'm a content creator. I'm creating this video for you right now. And you know that I've been on many weight loss journeys. Well, not many, but like I've been on like 2 to 3 weight loss journeys in a 10-year span, just because I lost weight and then I gained it when I went to college. You know how that goes. So there were a lot of aspects in my life where I needed to be disciplined so I could reach a desired outcome. A lot of people are not disciplined today, and they wonder why things don't work out for them. If I know I need to go to the gym tomorrow at 8 a.m. in the morning and I've been out all night, I'm still going to get up at 8 in the morning because I told myself I would. I'm gonna get up because I have a desired outcome that I would want to achieve. What I'm not gonna do is lie in the bed and say, oh, I'm just gonna do it tomorrow. I'm gonna do it the next day, because when you start putting things off for tomorrow and the next day, they never get done. And all you do is have resentment built up in your body because you know what you were supposed to be doing. How many times have you known that you were supposed to do something, you didn't do it, and so now it just haunts you all day? Let's say you need to fold some laundry and you ain't folded the laundry. Now in your mind, you like, damn, I gotta fold these clothes. You should have been folded them clothes. Discipline is the key to everything. Make yourself do things even when you don't feel like doing it. You're probably not gonna feel like running a mile. You're not gonna feel like going to the gym, but you need to do it. You gotta do the things that you know that you need to do. That's gonna change your life, period. Habit number two, this is going to ruffle some feathers. Habit number 2 is noticing the red flags the first time. Notice the red flags about people the first time you see them. I'm not gonna lie, red flags used to make me excited because I'm like, this I can do, I can deal with. I love the excitement. I love the adventure. I don't love it anymore. I don't want no red flags in no friendships, no relationships, nothing like that. My friends laugh at me so much now because it takes one wrong thing for you to do, and I don't want to be around you again. And I'm talking about friendships. Like, I'm not even really thinking about relationships right now. I'm talking about friendships. If I hang out with somebody and it's like one thing that I pick up on, I be telling my friends like, nah, this is not gonna work. This friendship is not gonna work. And they like, dang, you only hung out with the girl once. All I need to do is hang out with you once. I don't need to hang out with you 5 times to realize you're not the friend for me. Because how many times have we all done that? You have a friend that you've been in a friendship with for an extensive period of time. At the end of the friendship, you're like, oh, I shouldn't have overlooked this thing that she did in month 1. Meanwhile, y'all are on year 10 of the friendship. I'm not about to wait years for me to cut you off. I'm gonna cut you off as soon as you do some weird stuff. Noticing the red flags and then dipping when you see the red flags is going to save you so much time and energy, because you're not going to be dealing with the nonsense that comes with that person. And also, stop trying to talk yourself out of whatever you noticed about a person. You might notice something about a person and then you like, nah, she wouldn't do that, he wouldn't do that. Yes, they would. They would do that to you. They actually would. Furthermore, getting the people out of your life that don't need to be there, make room for the people who actually do need to be there. The people that are going to love and support you and care for you. It makes room for those people to come into your circle. But when your circle is so full of people who actually don't even need to be in your life, you can't make room for good, positive people to come into your life. Last thing, you really just don't need the drama. I didn't understand until I became became like, I know that I'm not a super adult, but you know, until I became like this age, I didn't understand how much I just wanted a peaceful life. I don't want to deal with no bullshit. And calling it what it is when you first see it, it helps you a lot, because you don't have to deal with that later on down the line. If you gossiping, you talking about your friends, and I see that on the first meetup, we not linking again. Let's move on. Habit number 3 is continuous learning. You do not stop learning just because you got out of high school, you got out of college, you got you a job. You don't stop learning. I think that is what's wrong with society today. You think that you don't have to learn anymore after you have graduated from school. Learning can be so many things. In some ways that I practice learning every single day. Y'all know I love to read. I talk about reading all the time. I read so many books. I read fiction, I read nonfiction, I read self-help. I read so many things because I love to dive into worlds that I may not be privy to just on a day-to-day basis. I also learn by watching YouTube videos, by listening to podcasts. I am doing these things every single day. It's not one of those things where I'm like, maybe I'll do it today. No, that's something I do every single day. Every single day I need to read for at least 1 hour, and every single day I need to watch at least one video. One video and one podcast ends up being like 5 videos and 5 podcasts, mainly just because of the line of work that I'm in. Since I am a personal trainer and a yoga instructor, most of the things that I'm doing all day is like active. So if I'm working out, I'm always listening to a podcast or a video. If I'm like taking a walk, I like to listen to these things as I'm doing something. Don't underestimate the power that these videos and these books and these podcasts, like even though you aren't doing anything, don't underestimate the effect that it's going to have in your life. It's going to start training your subconscious to think differently, to think outside of the box, and that is going to spill over into every aspect of your life. Habit number 4, I prioritized my fitness and my well-being. Yes, I'm a personal trainer. No, I have not always been the fittest girl in the room. I actually, for majority of my life, since I'm only 25, I started my fitness journey at age 14, 15. It's only been about 10 years. For the majority of my life, I was overweight and it just was not working for me. It was not working at all. I didn't like being the biggest person in my friend group. I didn't like that every time you get into it with somebody, they want to call you fat, because I was in like high school. You know, I was in high school, I was in grade school. You know how that can be. Kids are cruel. I just wasn't a fan of it. And so I decided to change my life. And I love that I have prioritized my fitness because I feel better than I ever have. And I used to think that exercising and eating healthy was just so like daunting. I did not want to do it. I thought that eating healthy was disgusting. You could not pay me to drink no water. Like, I just wanted pop. I wanted juice. Now that I'm not in that space anymore, I can't even believe how much I didn't want to do the things that I'm doing now. Like, I didn't want to exercise. I didn't want to do yoga. And now I love these things. It not only has shaped my body's looking amazing. It has not only shaped my body, but it shaped my mind. I feel like it gave me discipline. I feel like I was always a disciplined person. I always had drive, but something about starting a fitness journey and you start to see progress, you keep going. Prioritizing my wellness also led me to creating the businesses that I have today, because it really showed me my passion. Once I lost the weight that I wanted to lose, I realized it was actually easier than society was letting on. They teach us that exercising and losing weight has to be just like this daunting task, and I realized that it didn't have to be that, and I wanted to teach people that. And so now I've been a trainer for years on years on years, and I offer online programs, I offer in-person training. I actually just dropped a new 30-day weight loss plan. It's called the Hot Girl Summer 30-Day Weight Loss Plan. It has all of the workouts, all of the meals, everything that you need to start your fitness journey within 30 days and actually start seeing progress. If you know, you know, my plans are the truth. You could use code YouTube at checkout and it's going to give you a discount. I'm going to link everything below. If you've been wanting to start your journey, this is a sign. The next habit that completely transformed me, and I kind of touched on it a little bit, is reading. I absolutely love reading. Like I said before, reading is going to show you worlds that you never really thought about. It's going to give you ideas that you didn't even know you could have. We were taught to not like reading because the books that they made us read in school just either were not interesting or we couldn't really relate to them. We couldn't see ourselves in those books. So after years and years and years of that, you start to think that you don't like reading. I talked to so many people who thought that they didn't like reading until they started reading books that actually interested them. I only read things that I like. Like I said, I will read fiction books. It won't be no uninteresting stuff. If you've ever watched the movie, the movie. If you've ever watched the TV show Insecure, basically all my fiction books give Insecure vibes. If you've never read 7 Days in June, or I'm in the middle, well, I'm almost done with this book called Before I Let Go by an author named Kennedy Ryan, chef's kiss. They are so good. The storylines are so good, and it all gives me Insecure vibes. I say Insecure, but it really is like any like black sitcom, any black show. That's the type of books I like to read. I like to see myself in the books. But even aside from those, I love to read nonfiction books. I love to read self-help books. So like, just like you clicked on this video and it's talking about habits that can transform you, you need to read a book like that because it will be interesting to you. I'm gonna link all my book recommendations down below. They are on my Amazon storefront. The final habit is positive thinking. I think with the best outcome in mind every time. I only have best case scenario thoughts. If I'm thinking of doing something and somebody tells me like, what if it doesn't work? That has never even crossed my mind because in my world, everything works out for me. In my world, there is abundance and there is nothing that I can't have. And I literally operate like that every single day, and it pushes me to do things. Even if I'm scared, I'm going to do it scared because I know that it's going to work out for me. And if it doesn't work out, it's only going to redirect me in the direction that I need to be in for something to work out. If you're one of those people who think worst case scenario, oh, what if this happens? What if this happens? What if everything goes well? What if you become a millionaire tomorrow? Like, what if? You have two options in life. You can either think with woe is me, worst case scenario kind of mentality, or you can think with the best possible outcome in mind, and you can believe that miracles are always coming to you. You can believe that money is always coming to you. Abundance is everywhere around you. You have the power to believe that, and it's going to change everything that you do, because when you walk into a room and you know that everything works out for you, you act different. You don't act out of desperation, and you know that you can overcome any challenge that life throws your way. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope that you are going to practice some of these habits. Let me know down below which one was your favorite that you're going to start implementing today. Like I said, everything that you need is going to be down below in the description box. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in my next video.